Okay, let's start in child's pose. Bring your knees together or apart and walk your hands forward. Bring your forehead to the floor. Nice deep inhale and exhale. As you inhale, feel your abdomen coming down onto or in between your legs. You exhale, feel your weight on the mat. And let's walk hands over to the left, planting that right palm. Right armpits down towards the floor, reach back through the right hip. Nice deep breaths into that stretch on the right side. And then walk hands over to the right, same thing on this side. Plant the left palm, left armpit towards the floor and reach back through that left hip on just deep breaths. And then walk hands back to center. Let's come up onto all fours. Let's do some cat-cows. Inhale, drop your belly, look up. And exhale, deep rounding in the back, look towards your belly button. And continue inhaling with your cow and exhaling with your cat. Really trying to feel all your vertebrae moving here. From your tailbone to the top of your head. And then let's move side to side. Again, trying to move with your breath, inhaling one side, exhaling to the other. And then back to neutral spine. And let's combine those actions by starting with dropping your belly and looking up. And then going to the right. And then rounding your back, going to the left, and continuing like this in a circle. And then changing direction. All right, let's lift the right arm up in the air. And thread your right arm under the left. And maybe bring that left arm behind your back. Feeling this twist and shoulder stretch. And then plant your left hand, inhale right arm up, and back to the mat. Inhale, left arm up, and let's thread left arm under right. And again, option to bring your right arm behind your back. And then plant the right hand, inhale, left arm up, and left hand back to the mat. Now let's pull the right foot behind you, bring your left leg out long, and do this big side stretch, left arm overhead. And then scooching that left leg back a little bit. Let's open the belly up to the ceiling, reaching behind you. Just bringing this stretch more to the front of the body. And then slowly coming back to all fours. And then swivel that left leg behind you, right leg out long, right arm overhead, big side stretch. And let's slide the right leg behind a little bit and open your chest up to the ceiling. Reaching behind you, lifting your hips. And then slowly back to all fours. And then let's curl those toes under. Back sit on your heels and bring the right arm across, stretching that right shoulder. Feeling this opening up your toes and the bottoms of your feet. And let's switch arms. That left arm across. Making sure your left shoulder isn't straightening up towards your ear. Release the left arm. And let's come forward back onto all fours. And bring your right foot forward. Bringing our legs into this 90-degree angles. Inhale, bring your arms up towards the ceiling. Lift up and out of your waist. Feeling for the stability in your hips. Lifting up out of the lower back. Let's twist to the right. And a twist, arms up. And hands back down to the floor. Let's curl the back toes under, lift your back knee. We're going to sink down into the hips here, stretching open the front of that left hip. Plant your left palm, inhale, right arm up, simple twist. Right hand down. Let's bring all the weight forward onto the front leg and extend your back leg up and behind you. Into our standing split. Maybe you want to try wrapping or grabbing the back of your right ankle with your right hand and wrapping your arm around the back of your calf. Bring both hands to the floor again. And we are going to slowly come up to standing, trying to bring this left leg up with you. Left leg lifted up in front of you, left knee up. And let's hold the left knee with the right hand, twist to the left. Untwist. Let's grab your big toe with your middle and index fingers. See if you can straighten that left leg out to the side. And whatever you want to do with your right arm. Right, slowly release that left leg, bring your feet together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And then let's step back into plank. Holding our plank here. Feeling that strength in your core. Strong legs. And then let's thread the right leg under and through, coming into our side plank with the right leg forward. Lifting your hips. Remembering to press into the knuckles and fingers, not all the weight's coming down into your wrist. Back to plank, knees down. Back to all fours so you can bring the left leg forward. Let's do that on the other side. Getting the hips nice and strong. Inhale, lift. Arms to the ceiling, eyes to the ceiling. Lift your upper body up and out of the lower body. And twist to the left. And twist, arms up. And hands down to either side of the front foot. Let's pop the back knee off the floor. Let your hips sink down into the front of that right hip. Let your right palm, inhale, left arm up, simple twist. Left hand down. Again, here we're going to bring all the weight onto the front foot. Hands are on the mat in front of you. And lift the right leg up behind you, standing split. And again, if you'd like, you can grab the back of your left ankle with your left hand and wrap your forearm around the back of your calf. It's a little more of a balance challenge. Bring both hands to the mat if you're grabbing your ankle, and then slowly, carefully, let's start to come to standing, bringing this right knee up with us. And come to standing with the right knee lifted in front of you. So feel nice and get nice and stable here. Eyes focused one point. Weight distributed evenly all over your foot. And let's grab the right knee with your left hand and twist to the right. Untwist. If you can take your middle and index fingers on the right hand, grab your right big toe, and extend your right foot out. Whatever you want to do with that left arm, whatever feels good. And then slowly release, bring to standing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And step back into plank. And here, feeling the weight in your knuckles and fingers, base in your shoulders, abdomen pulling in, legs strong. And then coming onto the left palm, let's thread the left leg through. Extend your right arm up. Side plank with the left leg in front. Hips lifted. And come back to plank. Bring the knees down. Back into child's pose, forehead to the floor. And coming back to all fours, let's bring the right foot forward. And pop the knee, back knee off the floor. We're going to come up into warrior two. Plant that back heel down. And roll the arms up. Heels in a line, right leg nice and bent. Kind of squeezing the inner thighs and heels towards each other for stability. Extending your hands away from each other. Now, option here to try this bind, bringing the right arm underneath the right leg, left arm behind you and clasping your hands back. And if you're able to do this, then try to turn your chest towards the ceiling and look up towards the ceiling. Unbind, come back to warrior two. Let's straighten the front leg, up the hips back, and come into triangle. Light touch with the right arm, right hand on the shin, then lift through your left fingertips. Legs strong, quads engaged. Let's use your abdominal muscles to come back to a straight spine. Let's turn feet to face the side of the mat. Feet are parallel. And then as you exhale, stomach in, forward into your wide-legged forward fold. And you can just hang here if you'd like. Try to gauge your quads. Bring your body weight towards your toes. Or if you want, you can even grab your ankles and pull your upper body down a little more to create a little more traction. Let's come up halfway. Turn your left toes diagonal and bend your left knee. And come up on the heel. Right legs engaged, right toes flexed to the ceiling, and plant with your left palm. And inhale, right arm up, twist. Untwist. Let's move to the other side. One-sided squat. The left leg is engaged, left toes flexing to the ceiling. Plant your right palm, inhale, left arm up. And let's turn face the front of the mat in this low lunge, step back into plank. And then knees down, and let's bring left leg forward and bring that right knee up off the floor. Plant the right heel down and windmill up into our warrior two. Heels in a line. Left knee nice and bent. Left knee pointing the same direction as your left toes, straight ahead. And also take note, if you have a lot of sway in your lower back, you might want to bring their tailbone towards the floor. So again, you have the option here. Come forward, bring that left arm under that leg, clasp your hands behind your back, and then turn to look up towards the ceiling. You're in the bind, unbind, back to warrior two. And let's straighten that front leg, bump your hips back, and bring left hand lightly touching on the left shin and reach for the right fingertips. Quads engaged. All right, use your abdominal strength to lift up from here, arms parallel to the floor. Let's turn toes to face the side of the mat. Feet are parallel with each other. And as you exhale, engage your abdomen to protect your back and come forward into your forward fold. So again, here, contract your quads, bring your body weight toward your toes. And if it feels good, you can just hang here, or if you'd like, you can grab your ankles, your forearms touching the sides of your calves, and kind of pull your upper body down. Always paying attention to how your body's feeling, trying not to overdo anything. Should feel good. All right, release, come up halfway. Let's turn the right toes to the right corner of the mat. Bend that right knee. Left leg straight, left toes flexing to the ceiling. Plant your right palm. Inhale, left arm up, twist. Left hand down. Let's switch to the other side. Put your right toes to the ceiling. Plant your left palm. Inhale, twist. And then bring that right hand down. Let's turn to face the front of the mat and step back into plank. All right, let's bring the knees down. We're gonna do a full squat here. So feet separated apart, your hips down in between your legs. Press the knees apart, your elbows. And just conscious breaths here, imagining as you exhale, your lower back releasing to the floor. And we'll counter this with our dangle. So straighten your legs, bring your toes hip width apart, or your feet hip width apart. Feet parallel, bend your knees, stomach in, and let your upper body hang. Option to interlace your fingers behind your back and let your arms fall over your head towards the floor. Release your hands. Let's walk hands forward, back into our plank pose, and then take a deep breath. And exhale back into downward facing dog, feeling this big stretch in your shoulders and legs. Pressing into your knuckles and fingers, rolling your armpits in towards each other. Relax your neck. And we're just going to lift the right leg up behind you and then come forward into pigeon. So bringing that right knee to right wrist, shin across your body, and sit back down into pigeon pose. And you can stay upright or come down or do your twist, whatever feels good for you today. If you're twisting, left arm under right. Slowly come out of your pigeon pose. And we're going to go straight back into three-legged dog. So curl your left toes under. And then lift back into three-legged dog, right leg up. And right leg down. Now lift your left foot up. Reach your toes behind you. And let's bring that left knee to left wrist. Pigeon on the other side. Across your body, put your hips back and down. Again, up to you how you do your pigeon today, whatever feels good. If you're twisting, it'll be right arm under left. And slowly come out of your pigeon. And this time, let's just roll onto the left hip, swing your right leg forward. And come onto our backs. And we're going to try cat pulling its tail for our last pose today. So pull your right knee in. You're going to pull the right knee across with your left hand. If you'd like, bump your hips over to the right a little. And then just try to straighten that right leg and slide your hand farther down the right leg. And it doesn't have to be straight. Right arm's coming out to the right, trying to keep that right shoulder blade on the floor. If this twist is too intense for you, you can do any twist you like, any reclining twist that feels good today. So the second part of this, bend your bottom leg, grab that foot. So you're grabbing your left foot with your right hand. And that's the cattail you're pulling. Again, trying to keep that right shoulder down. All right, release that bottom foot. Bring the hips back to center. Tug the knees in to straighten the spine. And then right leg extends out. Keep your left knee pulled in. Then pull your left knee across and maybe bump your hips to the left a little. Pull that left knee across. See if you can start to straighten that top leg, sliding your hand a little farther down the leg. Left arm out to the side. Again, trying to keep that left shoulder blade down. And then the option to bend your bottom leg. Grab that foot. So you're grabbing the right foot with your left hand. Left shoulder blade into the floor. So this is a nice deep spine twist with a hamstring stretch for the top leg and a quad stretch for the bottom leg. Doing a lot here. All right, release that bottom foot. Let's bring hips back to center. Again, pull the knees in. Maybe bring forehead to knees, make yourself into a tiny little ball. And then let's bring the legs out long, arms by your side. You can open up your legs if you'd like. And just use this time to completely relax on your mat, allowing for full circulation. Try to pick one thing for your mind to focus on. Maybe watching your abdomen rise and fall with your breath. Maybe keeping your jaw relaxed. If your mind is wandering, that's okay. Just bring your mind back to the one thing. Start to deepen your breath. Move your fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs. If you'd like, bring your arms over your head for a full body stretch. And then you can either roll onto your side and push up from there, or roll back and forth on your spine to come to seated.